The National Conference of Commissioners on Uniform State Laws, ULC for short, creates a uniform framework for power of attorney provisions throughout the United States. So essentially, uses of, I'm just reading this right off of the Wikipedia page. Again, not legal advice, I never give that. It's legal education. Issues surrounding powers of attorney were based on common law concept of agency. We went over that. So, however, as states begin enacting varying statutes to create a statutory framework for the durable powers of attorney, those are the ones that continue beyond incapacitation. Variations from state to state prompted a support for a uniform law. Okay, so that is where this Uniform Power of Attorney Act of 2006 came from. It was just designed to correct certain shortcomings of both the Uniform Probate Code and the Durable Power of Attorney by superseding them both. It consisted of 4 distinct articles: the general rules governing the creation and use of a power of attorney, the definitions used by the Uniform Power of Attorney Act, and the optional form for use in granting the power of attorney, and then other miscellaneous provisions regarding the Uniform Power of Attorney Act and other power of attorney laws. It has come to my attention also, and I'll do more digging here, so I'm not trying to spread hearsay, but it has come to my attention also that certain power of attorneys are embedded within driver's license contracts or state-issued identification contracts or voters registration contracts or these kinds of things, right? Or signing up for a social security number contract. Those are all contracts. So those things necessitate a power of attorney, and we would want to be wise to know what even is a power of attorney, and the governing authority now can be, like I choose to use, the Uniform Power of Attorney Act out of Alabama, and then leveraging the full faith and credit clause of the Supreme Law of the Land. Or we also have this lovely Uniform Power of Attorney Act that was passed in 2006, which governs those main 4 pillars. The number 1 was the general rules governing the creation and use of power of attorney. So maybe that's incredibly helpful for you as you want to more wisely, more competently contract in commerce if you choose to get these identification documents, knowing what specifically it means. So like, for example, in North Dakota, whatever you want to say, so you enter into contract to get this driver's license thing, but you're pretty much saying, yeah, I'm giving power of attorney for you to regulate the quality of my breath or the quality of my blood alcohol level at any time. I voluntarily agree to take a breathalyzer at any time when you deem that you have got probable cause to take a breath sample, to take a blood sample. And if I refuse, then I voluntarily have breached the contract, and now I don't get to uphold that driver's license contract anymore. So there's these embedded powers of attorney into the identification documents if we choose to get identification from the state, right? State-issued ID. I prefer to have a passport as a non-citizen national of the United States, right? Owing permanent allegiance to the United States, thus I get the passport. Permanent, when you look up the definition, means temporary, so we could just throw that stupid word out, and you can naturalize into anything. You can naturalize into anything, which yesterday I did show that I'm a naturalized citizen of heaven and an ambassador of such as well. Okay, so minister of Christ, Yahuah, that is true and in fact, okay? But my point is, maybe we want to competently contract with the state for identification purposes or anywhere else. We just want to know, where are these powers of attorney maybe being embedded, maybe being hidden, right? And that's why we read the whole contracts anymore, right? I've never been privy to a mortgage, so I don't have the privilege of having one of the home, but also, that means I'm not ignorantly contracted into a mortgage where I'm actually listed as the tenant and not the owner without my knowledge or consent, really, because how do you give consent if you don't have knowledge of it? Well, they assume that you are literate and you read it. Well, if you're just excited, they pulled up the new Silverado and wow, I just wanted to sign on the line and I didn't restrict my endorsement. We'll talk about restricted endorsements next time. But my point is, we want to competently contract, and first and foremost, we want to know what a power of attorney is so we can leverage it and we know that it's created properly. Okay, so that's power of attorney. You can look into those things. Again, it was the Uniform Power of Attorney Act of Alabama paired with the full faith and credit clause of the United States Constitution, affording us the ability to use that specific one. If that's not happy and go lucky for you, that's what I choose to do, though. But if you don't want to do it that way, there's also the Uniform Power of Attorney Act, which was passed in 2006, and you can do your own research on those things if you'd like to. Now, I want to talk about how I overcame 5 criminal court cases in the state of North Dakota